Alright, so starting off first here with the 1932 Denver minted Washington quarter. Now what makes this coin really valuable is they only produced 436,000 of these coins. 436,000, that is it. So they are going to be valuable, especially in this condition. This is graded at a mint state 65 plus by the coin grading company PCGS. So that's why this quarter sold for over $21,000 because of its condition and rarity. So they didn't make a lot of them and it's in very good condition, which means it has a very high grade. So keep that in mind. The condition will affect the value tremendously there. Now here's a 1932 S mint mark. So the last quarter we looked at was the D mint mark. You'll see that D mint mark at the bottom. For this coin, you'll see the S mint mark there on the bottom. So for the S mint mark, those are also pretty rare from 1932 as well because they only produced 408,000 of those coins. That is not a lot compared to other quarters where they produce millions and millions of them. And this coin also has a good grade of a mint state 66, and that's why this coin sold for over $35,000. So of course it'll depend on when you sell the coin, the demand, at the time in which you sell it, how many are graded at this grade or higher. Things like that will all come into play when, valuing your coins. So here is a 1937. We're going to look at some more modern quarters here as we go. This is a 1937 that has a double die obverse. Now it's in a famous collection. It's got a very high grade, meaning it's in very good condition, and it also has doubling on the front of the coin. So here's an example of that. You want to look for doubling on the words, on the phrase "In God We Trust" there, the motto. And also on the date 1937 itself. So always be on the lookout for that. If you guys inherit coin collections and have some old quarters, even in rougher condition, some of them will still sell because if it has a double die. So keep that in mind. Always be on the lookout for those. This quarter here sold for over $21,000. Now here's a 1950 Washington quarter. Of course, all these quarters, 1964 and prior, are going to be 90% silver. So they do have silver value, but in this case, they have a lot more numismatic value. So this is a 1950 D mint mark that has a D over an S mint mark. So here is what that looks like. Again, you can look for that with your coin microscopes. You see that S wrapping around the D and even going through the inside of the D there. Now this quarter, because of the high grade and because of the D over the S mint mark, sold for over $12,000. Now here's a 1958 Washington quarter that has a mint error. So here on one side, it looks like a very normal 1958 quarter. However, we do not have a reverse design. We have a brockage error taking place here, and that's why you see like a mirrored image of the obverse of the coin backward. So this is a proof quarter as well. It's graded at a proof 62, and this coin ended up selling for over $12,000 as well. Now here's the 1965 Washington quarter. We've shown this in the 1965 quarter video I made. This coin is not supposed to be silver at all. In 1965, they switched to clad coins instead of producing quarters and 90% silver like they did in 1964 and prior. So this is not supposed to be silver. However, the 1965 quarter design was struck onto a silver quarter planchet. And that's why the coin sold for over $14,000. So really, no matter the condition, these are going to sell for a lot of money. The better the condition, of course, the more they'll sell for. But, if you have something this rare, 1965 on a silver planchet, which you can just weigh it to know that, or you can just look at the edges of the coin. You can do the sound test. There's tons of different ways to tell if a coin is silver. It's very obvious when you compare it to, a clad quarter. Feel free to watch my silver coin videos. I got more information on that. This coin sold for over $14,000. Here is a 1976 Bicentennial Washington quarter. It is the proof coin, so it's going to be the S mint mark here. And this coin has been double struck onto a 10-cent planchet. So really cool there. This coin ended up selling for around $12,000 as well. A lot of $12,000 coins in this video. Alright, so here is another 1976 Washington quarter. The Bicentennial quarter that was struck onto a 1976 dime, Roosevelt dime. So you can actually see the outline of Roosevelt's head there. You can actually see the date of the dime, 1976 there, up on the top of Washington's head. So really cool and unique and amazing type of error, really. This coin ended up selling for over $9,000. Now here's a coin I showed in my 2000 2000 quarter video as well. This coin was actually, well, it's not a quarter that was struck on a penny. It was actually the 2000 Lincoln cent that was struck onto a 2000 Virginia state quarter. So that is pretty awesome, man. That is one of a kind there. This coin ended up selling for over $15,000. It is a double denomination, one of my favorite type of mint errors, and it's graded by PCGS at a mint state 66. 15 grand. Now here is a 2004 state quarter. We talked about this a lot. I'll do it one more time. This has got a pretty nice grade. It's graded at a mint state 67, so it's in very good condition. And it has the extra low leaf. So these are, you know, easy coins to look for from the bank. Look for Wisconsin quarters. Here's what you want to look for. You want to look for the ones with an extra leaf right there. So here's an example of an extra low leaf and an extra high leaf. Typically, there would not be a leaf there at all. Those are just the regular Wisconsin quarters. But if you find one with an extra low or high leaf, definitely keep it. If it's in very good condition, I would definitely consider grading it. This coin here sold for over $6,000. Well, sold for $6,000 exactly. But, you know, it all depends on the condition. You know, if you have this in, you know, an AU58 grade, it's not going to sell for $6,000, even though it would be an extra low leaf. But you could still get money out of them. You could still make a profit on these coins, even if, you know, it's kind of in, you know, circulated condition. So always be on the lookout for the extra high and low leaf on the 2004 Wisconsin state quarter. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe in the middle. Check out the videos to the left of me. And until tomorrow, I'll see you guys in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.